Move.
What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Where do we want it? Now!
And basically, we are disgusted with this government, that any government can treat its older people as if really they don't want us. We're an unnecessary evil. They don't want us. They would much rather squander money on stupid products, stupid projects, give money 22% increases to union workers. Why? I've never had a 22% increase in my life. And yet I've been all over the world and for the British government setting up new colleges in the homelands of South Africa, and we feel disgusted. A government is known by the way it treats its elderly people. Any government in the world thinks that the older people are its asset. We're not treated as an asset by this government. We're treated as basically rubbish. That's how it feels, that we are being rubbished.
A political firestorm has erupted after millions of pensioners were left shivering in their homes this winter, following Labour's controversial decision to test winter fuel payments. Campaigners have branded the move a national scandal, warning that the government must act to prevent a repeat of the crisis next year. New figures reveal that a staggering 3 in 4 pensioners, equating to 9.1 million people, spent January in homes that were uncomfortably cold. In response, charity Age UK is set to deliver a petition with 650,000 signatures to Downing Street today, demanding urgent action. This cannot happen again, said Age UK Director Caroline Abrahams. Too many older people have suffered through a freezing winter, and we must not allow this to be repeated next year. The crisis is set to deepen as regulator of GEM prepares to announce a fresh energy price cap next week, which insiders warn could push average household bills up by a further £100. This would mark yet another blow to struggling pensioners, whose energy costs have already risen by £170 since Labour's general election victory. Despite the party's manifesto promise to cut bills, for many elderly Britons, the impact has been devastating. Pensioners have spoken of being forced to stay in bed all day to keep warm or choosing between heating their homes and cooking meals. According to Age UK's survey, 75% of those aged 66 and over reported their homes were colder than they would like in January. The situation was even worse for those on lower incomes, with 1 in 3 pensioners living on less than £20,000 saying they were cold most or all of the time. Alarmingly, more than 40% of respondents feared the impact of rising energy costs on their health. MPs across party lines have backed the Daily Express campaign to reverse Labour's testing of winter fuel payments. Age UK is calling on the government to reinstate the allowance for all pensioners or introduce a targeted social tariff to reduce bills for those on low incomes. The row stems from Chancellor Rachel Reeves' decision to strip more than 9 million pensioners of their winter fuel payments, previously worth up to £300. Under the new rules, only those receiving benefits such as pension credit remain eligible. The move has sparked fierce criticism from Conservative MPs who accuse the government of misplaced priorities. Some have contrasted the cuts to winter fuel payments with Labour's decision to hand over the Chagos Islands to Mauritius and then pay billions to lease back Diego Garcia, a key military base. A government spokesperson added, "We do not want anyone to suffer this winter. That's why we have extended the Warm Home Discount and the Household Support Fund, which provides help with the cost of food, heating, and bills." Additionally, the energy industry has pledged $500 million in support for struggling bill payers as part of the winter 2024 commitment. However, critics argue these measures are insufficient in the face of the ongoing.
On the 1st of May, Hull and the East Riding will for the first time ever have an elected mayor. Now I'm coming to Hull on the 27th of February. I'll be there in the evening, a Connects In Live, a big public event. I'm going to introduce you to Reform's candidate to be the mayor of Hull and the East Riding. I promise you, we have a knockout candidate, somebody incredibly famous in Hull and the area. It's going to be a big evening. As you well know, our party is on the march. We're going to win this mayoral contest. Please come and join me. Click the link, be a part of it. Let's make history.
Nigel Farage has once again taken centre stage in British politics, delivering a rousing presentation on Reform UK's vision for the country ahead of a major rally in Hull. With the political landscape shifting and voter frustration with mainstream parties on the rise, Farage's latest intervention signals Reform UK's growing ambitions ahead of the next electoral cycle. The rally, set for February 27th in Hull, promises to be a pivotal moment for the party as it prepares to announce what insiders are calling a knockout candidate for mayor of Hull and East Riding. This high-profile event is expected to galvanize supporters and provide a platform for Reform UK to outline its plans for the region. With Hull long considered a Labour stronghold, Reform UK's decision to focus on the city signals a direct challenge to the status quo. Local dissatisfaction with council policies, infrastructure spending, and economic stagnation has provided fertile ground for an outsider candidate promising real change. Political analysts suggest that Reform UK's choice for mayor could be a game changer. A well-known or locally respected figure could boost the party's credibility and appeal, particularly among working-class voters who feel left behind by the major parties. The people of Hull deserve leadership that prioritizes their concerns, not the same old political rhetoric, Farage declared in his presentation. Reform UK is here to shake things up, and on February 27th, we will introduce a candidate who will fight for real change. The upcoming rally is expected to draw significant media attention as Reform UK seeks to position itself as a major player in upcoming local and national elections. With Farage's backing and a rising tide of discontent among voters, the party is betting that its message of reform will find fertile ground in Hull and beyond. As the countdown to February 27th continues, all eyes will be on Reform UK's next move, and whether its knockout candidate has what it takes to disrupt the political establishment in Hull and East Riding. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Join our Telegram community for more exclusive content and discussions. Link below.